I have many memories of holidays from my childhood. The car loaded down with suitcases tied on the roof, the long journey to Wales in those pre-motorway days, the rain beating down as we waited to see whether there would be a day suitable for going to the beach. Back in the 70s, no one had heard of the word staycation, but the idea of heading overseas for a holiday was more adventurous than most people were prepared to consider. Now in 2020, we are back to staycations. Sales of camping equipment have gone through the roof. Country cottages are booked up, and many are choosing simply to stay at home for their holiday this year. Wherever this year finds you, I hope you do have the opportunity for rest and relaxation. Lockdown and the pressures of life with COVID-19 have taken their toll on us all, and we need to find time to recharge our batteries and replenish our energy levels in whatever ways suit us best. This is really important. The book of Genesis tells us that God worked hard for 6 days, calling the infinite variety of creation into being. And then on the 7th day, God rested. And the Old Testament comes back to this theme over and over again. God's people must keep the Sabbath as a time for rest, one day every week set aside for being with one another in families and with God in worship. God's good earth must be allowed to rest, left to lie fallow 1 year in every 7, with people depending on what grows of itself for their food. Jesus too kept the Sabbath as a time for celebrating God's goodness and healing power. And the Gospels tell us regularly of how he went away by himself, often up a mountain, taking time out to be alone with God. Rest is one of God's gifts to us and to all creation. Yet rest doesn't always come naturally to us. We find it hard to switch off and stop worrying about the problems of everyday life. Our mobile phones ping the latest news to us. It's hard to ignore our email inbox or our WhatsApp account. Well, Jesus didn't have the latest mobile technology to hand, but even so, it's unlikely that he left his problems at the foot of the mountain. Human brains aren't wired that way. We mull things over. We chew on our problems. We find that the effort of stepping back from our concerns needs more energy than staying with them. And yet we long for peace of mind. So where do we find this peace of mind? For me, the problem with switching off is usually that there is an internal monologue. I should have done this, that, and the other. Oh, and by the way, did I remember to set the burglar alarm before I walked out through the door? Jesus reminds us that an internal monologue is generally best replaced by an internal dialogue with God. Go into your room and shut the door and pray to your Father who is in secret, he tells his disciples. Our rest enables us to make space for the constant beat of our inner thought to be interrupted by the cross rhythm of the voice of God, disrupting our whirling thinking and allowing different patterns to emerge. Peace of mind comes when God is the partner of our conversation, giving us fresh perspectives, reassuring us that whatever is going on, all will be well. So wherever you find the chance for rest and relaxation this year, may God be your conversation partner and bring you peace. Words this week from Lao Tse, a Chinese thinker who lived 6 centuries before Christ. If there is to be peace in the world, there must be peace in the nations. If there is to be peace in the nations, there must be peace in the cities. If there is to be peace in the cities, there must be peace between neighbours. If there is to be peace between neighbours, there must be peace in the home. If there is to be peace in the home, there must be peace in the heart. Amen.